What is going, my guys and girls? Today's video I want to talk about wrist straps. Now, in terms of preference with wrist straps, you'll see some on the thicker side, some on the thinner side. I prefer the thinner wrist straps personally. It just is more comfortable. I don't need something super thick. There are some instances where I will gravitate, and I used to gravitate towards them, but it's mainly when I'm going into like the heavier military or push presses. And really over the years, I've just gone away from that and I've stuck to the thinner wraps. Now, before I get too much into the wrist straps, you're probably asking, why is his shirt British Broadcasting? That's what you're probably thinking, BBC, British Broadcasting. So with that said, this is one of my shirts that I do have launched. I'll have that link below as well if you want to join the BBC club. See what I did there? Like I said, I prefer the thinner wraps. I prefer Iron Rebel, but you can use any of them. They're all the same. There's no right or wrong. Really support whatever company you want to support. The main point of these wrist straps is going to be here. I want to support the top of that wrist. I essentially have a good chunk of my bottom of my hand in these wraps, and it is incredibly tight where if I relax my hand here, the bands are going to close it pretty aggressively, or they're going to want to tighten it up pretty aggressively without me doing it. And that's just how tight the wraps are going to be. So the first thing I will do for a wrap is I'll hook my thumb just like so. The reason why I have it there versus there, this is going to be much easier for me to pull that strap off of when it comes time to pull it off. I don't like having this on when I bench, so that's why I get rid of it. That or if I'm doing a low bar squat back in the day with the heavier loads, I would wrap my wrist just because there's a lot of torque on the wrist, and that's why I'd want to wrap it, just to give me a little bit more support. It just feels a little bit more comfortable. So like I said, at first, I'm going to hook that thumb just like so. I'm right on the nail basically. I'm going to stretch this sucker out. I'm going to stretch this sucker out over the bottom of my palm just like so. I'm going to grab it, flip it around, pull it nice and tight, and I'm pulling it again, bottom of that hand just like so. Get it nice and tight. Now that I've got that nice big wrap, I'm going to go a little bit lower by about half. So as you can see, I'm about half of that wrap on this guy. And then I'm going to go again nice and low, anchoring it back up. It's super easy. It's not hard to do. You just got to get used to it. Now, the reason in the beginning why I did this is so that I can more easily remove that strap. Now, if the strap ends up being on the inside, I can just slip it right in that pocket just like so. Now, as you can see, my hand is flexed. It's closed. I have to manually flex my hand to keep it open because without that, it just wants to shut it. And that is due to this wrist wrap. So that's essentially how I am going to wrap. If I'm going to bench, I want that hand wrapped. I want the wrist, more importantly, wrapped. I'm not wrapping below the wrist. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did not enjoy that video, you can just give me a thumbs down. If you did enjoy the video, I'd hope you keep the thumbs up, and also check out my clothing line down below. Well, thanks for watching, guys. That's all I've got for you. Go lift some heavy shit.